We're live.
So, we are doing a police visit, side RP. Is there a specific day you want this to be on, or do you just want to put it wherever is convenient in your week downtime?
Whenever's convenient, I feel like, unless there's
Yeah,
a day for
whatever's-
you. I mean, this is Raphael's mostly leading this.
Yeah, whatever is most convenient. I want to say like the day before the party, maybe, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah, whatever day is most convenient.
Yeah, we can always make it work. Quick question, since I remember B mentioning this being something Val would want to hear about. Could be interesting if you wanted to have that be a thing. I don't know if B is here for that. B.
Womp womp.
Womp womp.
Yeah, we got B.
I guess Val will just never know. All right, then. I guess the discussion will just be between Raphael and Bianca then. However you want that scene to carry on and start.
One of the days they're done with their schoolwork, chilling. Probably approach her, be like, busy today?
Nothing outside of the usual. Why?
Hoping to take a look at the police department today. See if we can find that the one detective from the news.
Could be worth investigating. Sure. You want my company? I'm assuming.
Of course. No better company to have.
Let's go see what they know.
Grab his bag, head out with her. To the police. Da-da-da-da. Transition.
You make your way to the police station. Nothing eventful happens on the way there, but you do notice it is a little busy. Here. You see the reporter from the gallery outside, looking a little disgruntled, but otherwise fine. Is this time of day morning, I'm assuming, or evening or afternoon?
Yeah, like right afternoon. Yeah, probably right after they're done with
Yeah,
their
after
afternoon
classes.
Okay, sounds good.
Park and head out the car. Sees the reporter. He like pass by him. Kind of raise an eyebrow and then stop as he's walking by them. Hey, you're from the gallery last week.
She blinks.
What was her name again?
Me?
Yeah, I remember you. I definitely remember the cute face. You were interviewing Anya, I think.
That I was. She holds out her hand. Madison Green.
Well, shakes her hand. Rafael Ramirez. A pleasure.
She offers her hand to Bianca.
I'll take it. Kind of giving Raphael a bit of a side eye
Smart.
over a specific comment. Bianca.
Bianca. I don't recognize you, but everything happened so fast. I'm assuming you were there as well then.
I was in
Yeah.
attendance, sure.
Hmm. And did either of you know the artist at the gallery? She takes out a pencil and paper.
Are
Do
you
you mind if
trying to
I write
interview
some of these down?
us?
I am, in fact. New story, new case.
Yeah, she's a classmate.
Just write it down.
What have you
Side-eye the
gathered so
young gun.
far?
Hold on. What's your relationship with her? Just classmates?
Friends? Yeah.
Friends? Just friends? Former lover?
Friends. Like
The
gives
glare
her.
just intensifies between the two.
There's definitely
How
She
would you
the
crosses her
F.
describe
arms.
her?
There's the stutter of the F into friends. Yes, friends.
How would you describe Miss Faulkner?
um, workaholic.
Hmm.
Kind. She has a very soft nature sometimes, but don't know anyone who's as devoted to her goal as she is. I mean, he kind of shrugs. She's been doing well for herself so far.
Up until the gallery.
Yeah, that was unfortunate.
So you would say it
What
is,
happened at the gallery? Do you have an idea?
according to my notes and what the police told me, it was some kind of mass hallucinogenic or break. Apparently, they're saying someone must have spiked the drinks in the gallery, causing everyone to hallucinate and freak out. Small power shortage. Not to mention the fire that broke out upstairs.
No, given the images, hallucinogenic, I'm sure would induce such madness. That makes sense.
Yeah, definitely wouldn't want to be
There were
tripping
drugs
while
found on
on
the
the second
scene.
floor.
Were there?
Oh, yes. Or at least the traces of it. Thus
That seems the most
causing
probable cause.
more panic amongst the parents and the community involving this new drug. Although it doesn't quite add up with what I've
New
been
drug?
getting. Yes.
What was the drug found?
Colorful squares going around town called Happy Patches.
When you get that confirmed.
Yes.
But it wasn't adding up to whatever you were deducing, you were saying?
Oh, absolutely not. And I've been trying to ask our lovely law enforcement about that, and they are refusing me.
Yeah, that's the war on drugs for you.
It makes for a compelling story. It certainly could line up, but from what I've gathered, the patches don't make people hallucinate like that. Not
What
from
do
what
they
I've
do?
been gathering.
I've
As,
not heard of this drug before.
Yeah, what
as the
does
name
it
suggests,
do?
they make you happy.
Like ecstasy.
Yeah, like ecstasy.
Okay.
Perhaps
Yeah, I
it's
could see how
laced
that
with something.
wouldn't make sense.
Sorry, you both spoke at the same time.
Go ahead, Bianca.
I suppose that wouldn't make sense, but looks that Raphael.
Could be laced with something, perhaps psilocybin or LSD.
True, there could have been another drug, or maybe the amount is what causes it. I don't know. So far, it's just questions I have. Still don't know where they came from. Still don't know who's distributing them. I just know they're around.
Any news from Anya? I didn't get to meet up with her after the whole place got evacuated out.
No, that's the thing. I wanted to get an interview with her as well about what happened, as probably not great as the timing would have been. I have a job to do. I wanted her take on what happened at her gallery.
Maybe it's a
But
part of the stunt. If this is a big artist, whatever they're called, live performance. Most of her
Publicity
work was about
hoax.
nightmares.
perhaps, but that doesn't line up with how I've heard people describe her. Stunts don't seem to be part of her whole deal.
She should.
Not to mention, she's been gone for how many days has it been since the gallery?
Insert
A
number of
couple?
days here.
Insert days.
Bianca shrugs. I didn't know her. Don't know
It's
her.
concerning.
This is officially about to become a missing persons case. If not worse.
Worse.
The longer
It's
someone's
like
gone, the
fall
less
away?
likely it is you'll find them alive. That's just how it goes.
Raphael grimaces at that.
Fire breaks out. Young up-and-coming artist disappears suddenly, isn't heard from for days. No one's seen her. I've been to the school. I've talked to her parents. No one's heard from her.
Would Raphael have been able to pinpoint her any better after his attempt at the club? Or Anointed Club?
Sorry, hang on. You didn't roll very well the first time, right? Do you want to roll again?
I would try again, yeah. He would have tried it in the interim between.
Yeah. What was the roll we had you make? I'm sorry, Echo.
Blake's computer, I think.
I think it was with computer.
Got
We'll
a
rock with that.
specialty and my professional training. And I'll pop a willpower on this.
Are you adding numbers or are you doing something else with it? Like,
Adding
should make a
numbers,
section
yeah.
for what
Adding +3 to it.
I should make a section for what willpower can also do, because you can make an exceptional success on 3 successes.
Actually,
If you want.
I'm tempted to do that. I like that better. I think I can get 3 successes with 7 rolls with 9 again. I'm confident. I'll do that. I'll use the willpower to make a crit on 3.
I believe in you.
God, I hope.
Sure hope. It's just 3.
Hey!
That.
I'm coming, Anya. We'll get you.
I'll have to make a note of that. I'll say, given the time frame, it didn't happen at the club itself, but it'll spring up like somewhere around this RP or later.
Yeah, he'd have that
Like, it just
computer running in the background, like plugged into its charger all day for sure. Like he would not turn it off until it loses her signal or finds her.
Right, yeah. So it's just been intermittently going off, searching, and then you just get a ping. But we will get to that.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Yeah. She kind of regards Bianca a little bit. Like, not a lot of empathy.
She shrugs.
You know how the top of the class are often rivals and competitors. Kind of looks at her, smiling.
I'm sure she'll come around sooner or later.
We can hope.
Thank you, Madison, for your time. Figured I'd say hi. It's Bianca.
Yeah, you don't have consent to put me in whatever you're writing. She gives her a very just fake smile and then turns and heads.
Looks at Madison, smiles, nods. Have a good day. He's gonna follow Bianca in.
You enter the police station. See mostly people at work. The officers. Let me just move some things around. Give you a visual. I forgot you're still in the hedge.
Bianca, once it kind of enters, will kind of explain her behavior a little bit in the way of I had reporters and journalists flooding my family for weeks when my brother got disappeared. Fucking hate them. They're vultures.
Know the feeling. He grimaces and elaborates no further.
You both have history with the journalists. That's funny. Do you see the map?
It's the map.
Yippee.
Yahoo!
Isn't the police?
Yeah.
My friend walks in, combs his hair back with his hand, like buttons up that top button of his shirt, trying to look a little clean, a little professional.
Did he dress up for this?
Uh,
Or did he just come in his usual?
he would come in business casual. No, he wouldn't come in uniform. That'd be weird.
Well, no, not uniform, but I mean like his usual
Streetwear.
streetwear
Yeah.
getup, or did he come in looking like he's about
A little nicer.
He's
Trying to, like-
coming in for that job interview.
yeah.
Fixed his hair a little bit, black tie. Definitely shirt a little
Yeah,
too
both
tight for
look
him,
nice.
but that's the point. Walk in, take a quick glance around. I don't know if would he recognize David North at a glance?
You would. He is the police chief of the town. He's very recognizable. You've seen him on TV. You've probably seen him at your university giving a speech or so. Or, he is very recognizable, very known. You would also somewhat recognize little Chloe here as his daughter, who was also at the gallery.
Mm.
Big squint.
Interesting.
Mhm. Walks in here with a purpose. Does it look like they're talking or busy on their way out?
It looks like they just finished up a conversation. He is handing her back some books. She gives him a hug. Says goodbye. She starts walking off toward your direction.
Looks to Chloe. Gives her a big grin. Little 2-finger salute.
Gives you an equally big grin, teeth full of braces. Smiles at Bianca as well.
A smile and a head nod of greeting.
Goodbye. She just leaves. Ew.
And Raphael approaches. Walk up to the man. Mr. North. Chief North.
He looks at you.
Extends his hand out.
Good evening. Oh.
Rafael Ramirez.
Shake your hand. Ramirez. Sounds familiar.
I'm sure you've heard no shortage of noise complaints from some of my parties. Smiles.
That wasn't the first thing I was going to, but yes.
Raises an eyebrow. I hope my reputation ends at luxury commodity. Chuckles a little. But then gestures to Bianca.
Bianca Flores.
Flores. Remind me what Raphael's dad does again. He's a real estate agent, right?
Yes.
Right.
Like,
Okay.
big wheel and deal real estate agent with
Right. Yeah.
them pockets.
He'll shake Bianca's hand too if she allows.
Yeah, should offer it.
Mhm.
Very professional grip.
Well, pleasure to meet you. I hope it's a pleasure unless there's something you wish to report.
Nothing to report, but well, was wondering if the police department's looking for anyone in their IT department.
We don't usually do walk-ins, but I'll bite.
Smiles. Well, always like what the police do. Admire them. They've saved my life on a number of occasions now. I'm hoping maybe I could give back a little bit more. Other than just, keeping the college kids from driving drunk.
He looks amused by that.
You won't
That's-
find a better man with a computer.
I'd be impressed if you did. But that's besides the point. I don't know if I should be speaking with you. I know I don't want to take up any of your time. There's important work to be done. But figured I'd introduce myself.
No, I am somewhat free of time, just making plans with my daughter. Lunch date.
That's sweet.
Sweet. If
I
it's no
can-
cost to you, then would I suppose what would be the process to getting hired?
If anything, I can assign someone to talk to you on my behalf. Here.
Sounds good.
Otherwise, I would stay. Now that I'm thinking about it, Ramirez. Your father wouldn't happen to be
Jorge Ramirez?
my brain. There we go. Yes, the real estate agent.
Yes. One and the same. Met him?
Once.
I hope it was a good meeting.
Oh, it was fine. He most of the conversations were between him and my wife.
Looking
House
to
buying.
have- yes, property. There's an internal like uh-oh when he says that.
Oh.
He doesn't make that sign. He's just like, oh, for buying property, of course. Yes.
Real estate wasn't my forte. I left all of that to her. She knows what she wants, so
That's good. Hopefully, we got you a good deal, good nice piece of land, or maybe vacation home.
oh yeah, it is nice.
What's that?
I'm not the home expert, so anything's fine with me as long as it has strong walls.
I like that. Survivalist. We'll make do with whatever comes our way.
Well, give me just a moment. I'll have someone come down here to meet you.
Thank you.
I'll walk over here, talk to this lady.
Bianca will squeeze Raphael's hand. A little encouragement.
Kind of sways into her, pushing up against her arm, hugs her. So far, so good. You trying to get higher too? Oh.
I think I'll be here for moral support.
Don't knock it till you try it. Academy training could be fun, especially you with your stamina.
I'm certainly not IT material.
You'd look cute in a uniform. I know I will.
She considers it. I know you will too.
Then he will back. All right. It's set up for you. You can enter in to your right over here. My brain, the way I needed to have these names on lock already.
Take your time.
It's like I have them. It's just,
Mhm,
I only wrote
mhm.
down David's name in the tokens, and I was like, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah, this is fine.
No, Detective Coleman will take you. She's just inside.
Detective Coleman. Understood.
He nods, and he will
Thank you, sir.
have a good day. If I wasn't pressed for time, I would stay and interview you myself, but
No worries. Thank you, Chief.
can't
Have
leave
fun with your daughter.
can't leave a young lady in waiting.
Never.
She's
Absolutely.
out there waiting. Like, you can see her out there, her face pressed against the glass.
When he opens the door to head out, he just waves at her and says, Buen provecho! Good appetite.
Just drag them away. They're gone. I'm gonna completely ignore this journalist.
Womp, 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 womp. Gets in her car and leaves.
Wah, wah.
He lets out a kind of like anxious sigh, clears his head a little, blinks. Okay.
You can follow me. I'll take you to Detective Coleman.
Perfect. Straightens up a little, seeing the
No.
person approaching. He'll go with him.
He'll take you. I don't know where the fucking door is in this little room.
I think it's these like black squares here. I think those are supposed
Oh,
to
they're
be.
so
Yeah.
tiny.
They're so tiny, yeah.
They're
They're
so
small.
tiny, and
I mean, the
everything else
chairs
is,
are
like,
also
big.
very small.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine. We just need to look. Right, we'll just take you through here.
Bianca gives that like quiet question look of like, should I come too?
He
Yes.
Bring her with him unless they stop him. So,
Alright.
yeah.
No one's gonna stop you.
Cool. She'll be a hype man.
Right.
Dragon token.
Miss Coleman? And you see this woman turn around. We have some people here looking to talk to you about, what was it? IT?
Yes.
She nods. Looks back to this woman, say a few words before she gets up and walks out. I'm just gonna drag her. All right, you can have a seat across from me.
I'll go over. Pull up a seat. Get comfortable.
Just drag
Sit
him
beside him.
somewhere. Oh.
Probably
Do you
have
need
like
anything?
What? Cafe? Coffee?
Water, coffee, a soda.
Next to Bianca.
I'm alright.
Coffee would be good. Fine.
We'll get that out. So, I am
Probably.
Detective Kadria Coleman. I don't usually do IT interviews or interviews at all.
Yeah.
And she's looking at the both of you.
Forgive me if it's a little unorthodox, but hoping to impress, hoping the one interview you do is a one you won't forget. Or maybe one you
Oh,
won't have to regret.
you've definitely been impressive.
Smiles. Not sure why, but he smiles.
You know of him?
I'm aware of both of you.
Heard of our parties? Seen us on Instagram? Is this an eyebrow?
Warehouse shooting.
Bedhouse shooting?
She nods.
Pauses to think. There's a
There's a
slight
wince.
like heart skip where it clicks. He's like, Bedhouse shooting? Like the genuine like confusion at first.
Bianca clocks it immediately and squints.
Well, heart skips a beat and he goes,
I also recognize you, Mr. Ramirez, from your file on the forest incident.
He would be like looking at the table when the first thing clicked with him, and then he would slowly look up to her with the second bit. Guess some things don't stay buried for very long. He still has that like neutral smile, but his eyes are angry.
Miss Flores, you are also no stranger to me.
It wasn't that long ago.
Wasn't. And then there's, of course, the gallery.
Raphael's leg starts like bouncing.
Seems you two have been getting quite active.
I'd like to
Well,
say
I haven't
reactive.
given up on my endeavor, so.
Same time.
Oh!
Bianca.
Well, I haven't given up on my endeavor, so.
I wouldn't either if I was in your shoes.
I've been more reactive than active, in my opinion.
So, she folds her hands on the table. Is this an IT interview or something else?
It was an IT interview. He folds his hands also on the table. But
We can still do that.
guess I'll
What's this
ask.
else you're referring to?
Yeah, what's the alternative?
Nothing yet. Just curious what you're getting up to.
Ideally, nothing. He says, like, legitimately, a slight annoyance.
Bianca's just staring at this woman as if her intentions are clear.
She kind of smiles, laughs a little bit at that. Nothing would be so ideal in the grand scheme of things, wouldn't it? You're not in trouble. I want to make that clear.
Didn't think we were, but does feel like we've been being monitored a little bit, and that doesn't feel good ever.
Well, Mr. Ramirez, we've been monitoring you for a long time. Not to drop that bombshell on you, but you're here. Things are seemingly kicking up a little bit more.
Why?
Your case is, well, I say your case. Where was I? Because the loud ba-ding threw me off.
Your
Your
case.
your case has
Ah,
been
your case,
something.
yes. The case you were a part of, how many years ago was that?
2.
2 years ago. Has been on our radar for a good while.
Any developments?
We've only really been keeping an eye on you specifically in case something happened. I'm shocked within the 2 years it hasn't, but that's not to say it still won't.
Something or someone after me?
How much do you remember?
That catches him. Bianca could just kind of see the color drain from his face as his leg bouncing just stops.
I'll hold his hand.
Looks back down at the table. Like cracks his neck a little.
You don't have to answer if you don't want to. You can just say a lot, a little, not enough.
Not enough. Not what's
Mhm.
important. Like takes a deep breath in. I remember enough to know what happened shouldn't happen. Ever.
I'm not gonna interview you or put you on the details of things yet. That's not what you came here for. And I wouldn't want to overload you with emotions right now.
No, you have my attention. Forced smile still on his face. I will like to apply my craft where I can. I believe IT is probably where I'm best. But I'm curious. Like to hear what else you have in mind.
Well, first I'd like to know what your skills are.
In relation to the police?
In relation to what you want to do here.
Majoring in information technology and minor in psychology. I mean, I don't have like a fucking resume, but he'd have a resume.
No, yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine.
It probably has like a little black folder they brought with him in. Very, very thin black folder, maybe like 2 or 3 sheets in there. Kind of shows her resume as far as IT is concerned. Aside from that, had my gun license since I was 18. Don't imagine IT individuals really go out in the field or get into shootouts very often, but willing. More so I'm prepared.
She seems to take note of that.
Say, I'm also good with people. Something I pride myself on. If there's a problem someone needs to fix, I'd like to fix it for them. It's a lot of small issues that weigh heavy on people. I find it relieving to see those small issues go away from them.
Always a good thing. And you, Miss Flores?
I'm not here to interview.
So what are you here for?
Moral support? Curiosity.
Right.
Hoping to entice her into joining.
He is trying to do that.
Well, the resume is impressive. It certainly looks nice.
Holds his arms like he's waiting for the but.
She looks at him. But I want to know why. What's the purpose? What's your reasoning?
There's a lot of people in this town that need help. And I figure being friendly, offering help after class, and throwing parties to keep people from going out into the forest like I did is maybe running a little short in the helping them department. He kind of glances around in the room. I figure this is a step in the right direction.
And how well do you think your parties actually did?
Well, I know for the span of 4 to 6 hours, no one was walking out into the forest. The interim before and after, I guess I can't really account for, but I know most people got home safe.
It's an attempt. Also say that.
It was going well, all things considered.
Do you not find that kind of initiative a boon?
Personally, I think
Sure.
it's pointless. But I was never big on parties anyway. I just know college kids are college kids.
College kids
And the
are college
forest,
kids.
and the incident that happened there does not care about a little party.
His grip on his forearm tightens a little. And do you believe the police has a more efficient reign on the thing in the forest?
Absolutely not.
No, all you do is observe, right?
It's all we can do.
He like squints his eyes at that. I guess in that regard, I am a bit more active than reactive.
Exactly. And just like you, things are definitely getting active.
Reason to be concerned, detective? Heard something through the grapevine.
There's always reason to be concerned. The biggest concern being we simply don't know what's going on.
Don't know what's going on, or you don't understand it.
Both, perhaps. Our knowledge is very minimal in this regard.
Well,
But
it
we're
seems
not
like
the
most
first.
of your energy is on observation and cover up over
That's
investigation.
You'd be correct in that.
It's a very
Well,
wry smile.
is there any great strides being made to perhaps unravel a few more of these mysteries other than just watching them from afar and cleaning up after these monsters? He says plainly.
The cleanup part of my job is just as important.
Oh, I agree. The less are made aware of the damage, the more peaceful lives they can live.
The thing is, we don't know how to observe the thing in the forest. That's the biggest problem. We only know something is happening. The
Sounds like
cases
you
we've
need men in the
gotten.
field. Literally.
What can you tell me?
You
2
need more
years gone
detectives?
by. Oh, sorry, Echo. I made her flinch.
Oh,
No, I mean, what can you tell me? What have you been doing?
other than throwing
Anything at all?
parties?
Other than throwing parties. Parties
Getting.
specifically to keep people away from the forest.
Well, I had a Halloween party I threw recently get crashed by vampires. Or at least the very gray skinned, unbreathing shooters who put a bullet in my chest. Again, reactive in that regard.
Mhm.
Still here. Smiles.
Yeah, we've noticed that.
Guess since then, looks to Bianca, trying to find out more about these things.
What do you know we've been doing?
Couple forest trips. We know you went camping not long ago. The parties primarily. The shootout, which wasn't necessarily your fault.
Be very interested to hear a lawyer say that it is.
As far as anyone's concerned, you were never there.
Mhm. Takes a deep breath in.
Can she make an empathy or some kind of check to see if she's withholding information?
That's a good call. That's a good call.
Bianca is very much in her slightly bratty mode of like squinty eyed, like I'm not gonna tell you shit until I get what I want.
Raphael's also trying to like gauge like how much do they know? I'm not trying to snitch out here crazy.
Yeah, you can roll. Wits. Empathy.
What's empathy?
Or wits expression. Whichever
I'll do empathy.
empathy.
Empathy it is. Can I use my emotion specialty?
Emotions. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. I could have willpowered it, but I didn't.
You did not.
I am going to willpower it, give the +3. It rolls up.
We'll roll for her.
Nice.
Damn.
3, 2, 1.
What are you trying to get from her?
She withholding information?
She absolutely is. She is a detective after all.
Yeah.
There's definitely something she also knows. This is you're going to school specifically learning this field of work.
Mm-hmm.
From that point of view for you, Bianca, this is her seeing you as an element in her investigation that she needs to figure out what all you know to give herself a clearer picture.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell she doesn't oh my god. She doesn't what's the word? Not expect. Oh my god, I can't think of the word. She doesn't think you guys have done anything wrong, like she said before. It's certainly you can definitely confirm that this is not a case of she suspects you of anything per
Mm-hmm.
se. She is just aware you're involved on a deeper level that they can't figure out, and you can very obviously make that correlation that it's the dreaming.
Yeah, for sure.
So She is trying to fill just as much of a hole in her investigation as you guys are
Right.
in your own. Yeah.
Ye-
With 2, I'll probably give you about the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say back to her. I know this town, this area, forests and attached locations are some sort of magnet for these kinds of things. Like the Bermuda Triangle. Shit just happens here. It's unexplainable. Unless you're there and see it firsthand, there isn't a logical way of explaining the things we see. And a lot of those things are not very friendly. Some are. Not all of them.
She quirks an eyebrow at that. She doesn't say anything about it.
Doesn't say more. Doesn't elaborate more than that. I was hoping perhaps the police would have more solid answers than me. Seems we're both lost, trying to work backwards from our conclusion.
All I know is regarding this, seeing what I've seen, the gallery especially, put it a little more into perspective. You kids are getting into more and more than you should have.
That I can agree on, for sure.
And unfortunately, we are well past the part where I say this is a police investigation and you need to leave it alone, because the fact is that's not going to happen. Not because either I'm not saying because you'll ignore me, but that there is no out now.
Remisses at that.
So
Like, he
transparent.
doesn't fully agree, but kind of just like slowly nods.
So transparency would benefit all parties involved, no?
I'm just thinking. If you didn't come to us, eventually we'd have to go to you anyway. This was bound to happen. It's just complex. And we're still not sure where to begin.
How about motives? What is the police trying to do about these anomalies? Mysteries?
Typically, we root out, find the most dangerous threats, kill those where we can. Primarily, our job in this town has been keeping things under wraps.
Is the killing indiscriminate? Or do you hit them with a surrender? Don't, you know, take in who you can.
We don't take monsters in.
Even the ones that surrender?
She is thinking about that.
He is like super trying to read into her, like that.
Oh,
That is like
100%.
like,
Bianca is hyper.
dagger eyes. Yes, it's clear that he's like. It wouldn't be hard to read. Like that is a protective question.
Yeah.
I'll say we don't always kill on the spot.
So
We have
typical
leeway.
police discretion.
Yes.
That's something.
We just want to be careful.
Protect
I suppose.
humanity and all.
She takes a moment. How about that coffee?
It's good.
I'll be right back. I was gonna drag these two away. Leave you two alone for a little bit to talk while she gets coffee.
Raphael looks around as those people start leaving. He's looking around for the cameras. He's trying to see if he can note them with his eyes.
Oh, yeah, you can definitely note them. Easy.
Tries to find an angle where he can kind of like have his hands without showing them to the camera, like under the table or like he's kind of like leaning closer to Bianca.
Yeah. You want to roll for it, or
Stealth.
We'll roll for
Yeah.
that one.
you want to roll Dex and Stealth?
Dex stealth. That's a luck die.
Oh,
No, it's just one. No, it is a luck die. -2.
yeah.
Never mind.
Two,
It is a
two.
luck die.
2 minus
Aha.
2. I have not leveled up yet. I
LMAO.
don't know. I don't know what this day would be, but alas.
Yeah, it is why it is a little bit why I asked, but it's fine.
It's good. We'll manage.
We'll persist.
Persist.
Oh, buddy.
He like turns to Bianca, maybe like puts up his little like resume folder like in front of him, and he like talks to her in sign language. We're screwed.
We're screwed.
She puts her hands on his and verbally says, "Yeah."
Nods, little half nervous smile, like, eh. Like sighs.
Let's just be cordial. Figure out what the fuck they're talking about regarding you. If you're looking to know that information, and be on our merry way.
Like stares where she walked out, kind of turns back to her, looks up. I think I want to join still. They have probably all the information I need to start putting things together. And, you know, the sounds of it doesn't look like they're exactly going about this in the wrong way. could be useful to, work with the police.
And if you want to do that, you're more than welcome.
Does not feel very reassured by that, but nods.
No, she definitely has the air of they're way too passive for her. And this is a previous gripe that's resurfacing.
Is there any point in particularly hiding stuff from them? I mean, he kind of like looks to her with his eyes, like, like nothing personal, but there are probably a few things they could help us with.
They've done nothing for my family, so I have no inclination of helping them. Regarding other things, sure. I suppose it'd be good to collaborate.
Play by ear, I guess. It's not like I'm gonna be able to give myself orders if I get hired. Scoffs.
She's gonna start making her way back. You get a coffee, Raphael?
Mm-hmm. Café con leche. Coffee and cream.
You got some cream and sugar packets. Bianca gets a water bottle.
It's certainly on the desk.
It certainly is.
I probably would just make himself his coffee. I don't care if this is poison, laced with tracers. They're trying to get a DNA sample, bro. I'll spit on the floor for them. How about that? He's just making his coffee.
I'll spit on the floor for him.
We just heard that they don't always kill supernaturals. She ain't touching shit they give her.
No, fair. Raphael doesn't even know what the fuck he is, so he's not that concerned. But valid, very valid. Thank you for the coffee and the refreshments.
Of course.
Apologies, detective. Usually a lot more spirited. Didn't think conversation would steer this
Bless
way.
you.
My
Salud.
goodness.
Sorry. She
That
big
sneezes
sneeze.
so
I heard
much.
that. Mhm.
You heard that?
Mhm.
And right back to sleep.
And I sleep.
I love my cat.
I love Echo. Excuse me.
What was Raphael saying before my daughter sneezed?
Said, forgive me, I'm usually a lot more spirited. I didn't expect the interview to be so extensive.
Oh, no, I completely understand.
What I
I'm sorry
do-
to even be bringing it up.
No, I didn't expect really anything to be hidden on my record. It's not like I work in anything that needs information to be hidden. I don't plan
No, but
to hide anything.
our monitoring of you was never to see if you were hiding anything or doing anything. You're not the only person that's experienced something in the forest like that.
No, that I'm sure of.
We wanted to make sure they didn't come back for you.
I'd like to make sure they don't come back for anyone. He looks at her a little bit more seriously. I would still like to help in some greater capacity than I have been. You think there's a place for me here?
We'll see. You're promising enough already. Your resume aside, are you stable enough for a few more questions?
Nods.
I want to be sure because this is probably not going to be easy.
I'm nothing if not persistent.
I'm going to show you a picture. Okay?
His eyes narrow a little bit at that, but
Be as
yeah, yo, good
honest.
bite.
Be as honest as you can. She'll put down a file that she brought with her when she got the coffees. Open that, and we'll show you a picture of a mask. Does this look familiar to you?
Does it look like the mask those 2 years ago?
100%.
His eyes.
For those who were not present 2 years ago, what does it look like?
What
the
does
mask
it look like?
You want me to describe it?
Yeah.
The masks, there were a few different variants, but they are typically black, white, and silver. Have small animalistic like features, either like whiskers or like bunny ears on some of them. But the consistent feature across all of them is that they have this black veil over the eyes that basically you can't see past the black veil, but you can see that there's eye movement behind the veil. It's a super like shadowy effect. Black, white, silver mask, animalistic features. It varies between like a rabbit or a fox or a cat or a wolf. And the eyes, which is like black cloth to someone not wearing it, but when it's on the face, it gives that like blackened, shadowy, hollow eye look. It's very unnerving. He says
Okay.
very like if like he got frozen mid yes. And after maybe like dangerously long pause, maybe 10 or 15 seconds, just staring at it. Yes, familiar.
I'll go keep holding his hand. That's a gentle squeeze. Reminder where he is.
He'd probably squeeze her hand back a little tighter than he should.
It's totally fine.
She'll take the picture back.
Where did you find that?
We have a young girl about your age in our interrogation room. We found it with her.
Did it belong to her? His
don't
voice
know.
would be a little eerily calm all of a sudden.
She doesn't seem to remember anything.
Any drugs in her system?
No drugs, but she does look beat to hell. This only happened a few nights ago.
Do you have her name?
She doesn't remember. So she's
Doesn't
officially in
remember.
our records as Jane Doe currently.
She has full-on amnesia.
She nods.
Like eyes wide a little bit at that. What did you find her doing?
She was unconscious in the forest. Other than that, we don't know.
I see her, see what she looks like. I have a very good memory. Maybe I've seen her before.
I'm tempted to let you. I can show you her picture.
Nods.
She still isn't quite talking to anyone yet. I don't know if there's any point bringing you into the interrogation room, but she'll show you the picture. See, a young blonde girl, pretty much the girl down here. How do I zoom? I figured it out.
Her. She's cute.
It's cute.
Yeah, she's just bruised up. This image does not show that.
Mm-hmm. I guess does Raphael recognize her?
You do not. She is an outsider.
Squints at the image. Like, he expected to see someone he knew, but when he looks at the picture, doesn't recognize her. He blinks. Sorry to say, I don't know her either.
It's all right.
You think she's a collaborator or a victim?
Currently, until we have any reason to suspect, we are treating her as if she is a victim.
Nods very slowly.
There is a unique case of multiple people over the course of a period of time disappearing. It's always 7 people, specifically.
Is this
And over the
happen
course of our
regularly?
observations, we have seen these masked people going into the forest, and they don't always come back. If anything, we always lose them. So somehow, they have some means of pulling some kind of disappearing act.
Par for the chorus with that forest. Raphael is like just super in his head, like very quiet, trying to sort some things out himself. Guess I'll ask Meta, I'll ask the DM.
Yeah.
Raphael has had no further leads on the mass since then, right? Like he has not found, he's not even like heard of them again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he super needs to know.
Mhm.
I know this is unorthodox and probably stupid, but I really need to know who these people are. Just looks at her straight on.
She looks at Raphael for a good while. I figured you would, given your history. But if our Jane Doe knows anything, we haven't been able to get anything.
Perhaps you could try using him. He's quite charismatic.
You think he can charm her memory back?
Not the
Why
I
not
photostat.
don't
give
know
it
if
a
your
shot?
smile's that good. Oops, sorry, we all spoke at the same time.
He said,
Why
not
not
the
give it a
first time I've
shot?
done it. Why not give it a shot?
Okay, she smiles and you think his smile is that good?
He smiles at her. Don't I just, itch you for knowledge? Don't you just want to find out more? Aren't you just a little bit curious?
Of course I do. Of course, but I also don't want to stress her out. If she is an actual, genuine victim, we could be putting her under a lot of traumatic stress. And if she isn't, that means she's dangerous. And the last thing I want is to put you, a civilian, by my books, in a room with a potential cultist.
Hearing cultist, he probably bounces his leg a little too hard and maybe kicks the underside of the table. He clears
The
his throat when
cups
he
rattle.
does it. Clears his throat when he does it. Kind of like the emotion wasn't an accident. He kind of sits up a little straighter in his chair. I don't intend to stress her. Stress her any more than she is. If nothing else, maybe she recognizes me.
Maybe. Your father's very prolific.
He kind of nods with his eyes, kind of looking up and then looking down, that wasn't what he meant, but true.
I'll think about it. We can't keep her here forever. We're running out of time, essentially.
I could put her up in a hotel, somewhere close to this police station.
We're working on it. That aside, we'll think about that.
Lots of thinking, not a lot of doing.
Well, what do you suggest?
They're both here now.
What did you say?
They're both here now. And like you said, not a lot of time.
I meant not a lot of time that we can hold her here.
She have somewhere to
She's
be.
been staying in this. She's been staying in the cell. We can't keep her here forever, like I said. We have nothing to hold her with. No reason to really keep her here, other than she has no memory and nowhere to go. But eventually, we have to let her go. And I would like to have her set up with a place where I know where I can reach her.
The smile
Thus the
builds
hotel.
on his face.
So,
Why don't I
when I
offer
said
her
not a
somewhere?
lot of time, hang on.
Mhm.
So when I said not a lot of time, I simply meant the time allowed for us to keep her here in holding. I would rather her not be homeless and on the street.
Agreed.
Well, then
She's
make
a victim.
introductions.
Mhm.
And if you're worried about her being not a victim, she's in a holding cell. I feel like now of all times would be the most ideal time to have this interaction happen.
If she's a victim, let me help her. That's what I do.
Again, I'll consider it.
Then what would you like from me?
I still have some questions. Still trying to understand what you all know. What you know. She looks at Raphael.
Oh,
Like,
Yaka like settles back into her chair a little bit, smiles a bit that it wasn't directed at her.
he's just looking her dead on, full eye contact, kind of like waiting for her to ask what she wants to ask. Well,
What do you know about the mystical side of things in this forest?
dangerous. Very fucking dangerous. So I've
How
had a
so?
few encounters with some things that aren't so dangerous. Well,
Mm-hmm.
you'll go missing for days. You'll come back without memories of what happened. People die. People come back different. People don't come back. This isn't your typical 100 acres with caves and rivers and potholes. This is somewhere that wants you to get lost. Or at least the things in the forest want you to get lost. Be desperate.
What do you know about the forest?
The
Not talking
Blackwoods.
about creatures.
He looks at his coffee cup, takes off the lid, takes a sip, puts it down, holds the lid. Inside the cup, our world. Everything we know, everything we understand, fills it. Puts the lid on. This is the forest. Everything outside of this cup, we have no fucking clue what's going on. Everything on the other side, past this veil, impossible to understand. Or at least bordering on impossible to understand. Mystical, illogical, magic. There are certain holes in the veil, he says while taking a sip from his cup of coffee. Some things pass through. They don't always come back. He swallows. Sometimes some things go through the lid into the cup, into our world. Wander about, float. Maybe they go back after seeing what they've seen or taking what they've taken. Who? And sometimes he opens the lid, puts in a little packet of cream. They just exist. They don't bother anyone. Don't bother anything. Maybe even improve a few lives here and there. Takes another sip. Think of them, at least I've tried to think of them like interdimensional immigrants. Like me. Not the interdimensional part, but the immigrant part.
She almost like looked at him funny.
Yeah. They
Raw
aren't
thing to
exa-
admit.
there isn't exactly a proper line to bring in these immigrants. They just find their way and they make do. And sometimes they make do in very bad ways. That's as far as I understand. Anything more than that is conjecture and speculation.
Where did you hear that analogy from?
Just made it up.
She just accepts that.
Charisma.
Charisma.
Gestures at him again.
That's that persuasion, that fast talk, hitting trust specialty. A double persuasion specialty.
Do you understand what an aether is? Or the aether?
I've played a lot of video games and seen a lot of media, so I have a very vague understanding of the Aether. But I'm gonna just say no. I don't know your definition of the Aether.
Close enough, video game wise.
Realm of extra dimensional things and powers and entities that be.
The aether is a life force or some kind of power. Still trying to understand that. The forest, Blackwood, specifically, has some of the strongest concentration of an aether force that we've tracked in a long time. The only other places that have anything even remotely close to that, past or present, would be there is one such record in Germany, France, Russia, probably others. We haven't gotten that intel yet.
Or pockets of the ley line.
She points at him. Exactly. It's
Nods.
already everywhere. That is something we've come to understand is this force is everywhere. There are just specific points where it is very strong. We don't really know what causes that exactly. Whether it's the presence of something or ley lines crossing. Ley lines crossing seems to be the most common. But the point is, Blackwoods is very strong. And wherever these strong pockets of aether energy are, weird shit happens, as you've come to see. More things are attracted to that specific area.
Takes a deep breath
And
in,
even
sighs. At least
more
it's not
alarmingly,
aliens.
perhaps, we don't want to think about aliens right now.
Huh.
I'm not saying they exist. I do not believe they exist. Me
Big
personally.
squints at her. Okay.
But whether they do or don't, that is not something I want to open as a potential thought. I want to worry about this right now. I want to worry about the weird shit in the forest, not the weird shit in space. You get me?
Unless the weird shit in the forest came from space. But
She
we're getting
sighs.
off topic now. Go on.
There's definitely someone here you'd get along with, I swear.
Hoping to
All
make
right.
good impressions on everyone.
More so, because of this influx, this aether pocket, it's not just the creatures it attracts or the likeliness of weird things happening. Plenty of things, I'm sure, are drawn to whatever it is, whatever is the source of that. We are having a unique case where something is happening to people as well. This is the first we've been getting sightings of this specific thing.
People are being touched by the Aether.
Yes. It's not uncommon, per se. We definitely have records of it happening. It's different in this case, though. This isn't just someone getting possessed and coming out of it different. This isn't slipping into the back rooms and coming back out of it weird. My brain got distracted.
Let's follow you.
Element. Sorry.
So this is the people slipping out of the back rooms, and then you stopped.
Right. Something is causing a shift.
You think it's someone on our side or something on the other?
I don't think it's either. I don't think this is something necessarily intentional on any particular person or creature's end. But then again, I don't have all the information to really lock that in.
Climate change, maybe? Magical climate
Climate
change.
change. Do you know what a dreamer is?
Only recently have I heard the term. Still trying to fully understand what it is. Someone who can manifest their dreams, I believe. Unless you're talking about Daka.
Essentially. About what?
Daka, domestic immigrant. Never mind.
No, 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 no. You're correct with your first. Dreamers are essentially people who manifest their dreams. And these sightings have been relatively rare, but we've collected some evidence here and there that it's a little more frequent than we thought.
You're trying to
That
find
is
these
something,
dreamers.
ideally, yes.
What do you
In
want to
the
do with them
wrong
before?
hands, we don't really know. We don't know how to help them. We don't know how to stop them. We don't even know what they are. beyond being people. But in the wrong hands, that kind of power, energy, whatever you want to call it, is devastating. And those kinds of things are going to be harder and harder to explain. Or cover.
Well,
And I think our Aether pocket is responsible for that. Much like I
probably.
think.
After the little evidence we have, I'd have to agree. That's hypothesis.
There are people closer to the Aether than others. And there's a term we have going around for some of these people. Tap into that. Call themselves, well, not really calling themselves anything, but they refer to themselves as being woken, waking up.
Of course. Enlightened. Yeah, I see.
Enlightened. Yes. Those are people who tap into things often beyond their control or means. Whereas dreamers are more in a limbo. But I think the same source is causing these happenings. I do think it's the forest or in the forest or whatever, but I don't know if it's something intentional. I think it's just an influx.
What would you do if, say, I turned out to be a dreamer? Smiles.
I'm not too sure. We're still trying to figure out what that even means in the long term. We were hoping after the gallery to have Miss Anya here, Miss Faulkner, run some tests, ask her some questions, but she disappeared. We never got the chance.
It's taken.
I have heard.
Put out APB yet on her abductor?
There is a CVT camera. I think that's what it's called. Me, the DM.
CCTV.
Sounds about right.
CCTV. There we go. I was missing a C.
Oh.
A camera from across the street, across the gallery, had photos taken of Miss Faulkner getting in a car with two individuals before it drove off.
Ew.
We don't really recognize these people, a man and a woman. They did not look very friendly, in my opinion.
You have photos of them?
We have them on video
We see the video?
and photos. She will think about that and then just look it up. Follow me.
Big
Since you
stand.
two
Big stretch. No, goes with it.
You're already deep enough. Might as well get you a
Would-
little more involved.
Don't worry. Even if you
Oh,
kick me
boy.
out, I'm sure I'd be dug deeper without my consent anyway.
We'll talk about that. She'll lead you into this room. With these people.
These people.
These people. Goodbye, Lito.
Little. No.
Oh.
Got D&D.
Ah.
Yay!
Oh, wow. New friends. Hi, new friends.
New friends?
Saludos. Buen dia.
This girl waves at you.
Wave at her and wink.
Nod her head at her.
You want to have a seat?
Don't know how long we plan to be here. Next to the detective.
It won't be that long. You can come back whenever. The video is just better viewed on the screen. She'll play it. We've been reviewing it. Mostly reviewing it.
We'll watch the
You-
video with them.
You do see the angle from across the street of Val in the crowd of people. No, wait, that happened inside the gallery, didn't it? Yeah, okay. You don't see Val giving Anya to the woman, but you do see the woman walking out of the building with her amongst the crowd, carrying Anya with her. Oh, I'm sorry, kitty. She's so easy to disturb. You see her get on the phone, and only barely a minute goes by before a car pulls up. A man gets out, walks around the car, opens the back door, and they put her in the back.
What does the
Both
man
of them.
like?
Tall, slim, heavily tattooed. As best as the camera details can give you. A woman also tattooed. Not as tall, but you recognize the description from... I'm pretty sure you got the description somewhere.
Would she recognize the tattoos?
Does I recognize either of them? Anything on them?
From a certain fuckboy's TikToks?
Roll perception. The camera is... It's not the best angle.
It's fine.
Yeah, can I roll that too?
Yep.
Can I add
You
my
said it was
eidetic memory
investigation
to it?
what?
Yeah.
It's investigation what?
Perception.
Oh, okay.
But I
My
guess
bad.
investigation could work too. 'Cause you want to study it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then you can roll perception, and then you can roll intelligence or
Does
wits
investigative
and
aid help?
investigation. Define investigative aid for me again, my love.
Your character has one particular knack that can contribute amazingly to an investigation. Choose a skill when this merit is purchased. Blah blah blah. She chooses exceptional successes on 3 instead of 5.
Gotcha. Then yes, I will allow it.
So is it perception first, then our investigation?
Yeah, it's just to see if you can catch it at a glance first, but you can also do investigation if you want to just really study it.
Yeah, Raphael will definitely really study that bitch. Do have the 9 again with investigation. Ha 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 ha. I will burn so much fucking
Come on.
willpower today.
I'm gonna burn a willpower as well. We also get them all back though, mind you.
Yeah,
Every
come
night.
on, detectives.
Okay,
Woo!
plus 3 to my roll. Fuck! Nah, just doing.
That's
Damn.
crazy, dude. Oh my god. Wait, hold up. I have to do math again. Okay, what did
You are way too concerned with Anya being put in this car with people you do not recognize, who do not
That's
look
crazy.
friendly.
It's okay. I'm concerned with the girl. My girl's concerned with these weirdos with these tattoos.
These fucking
It especially doesn't help talking to that journalist who suggested the likelihood of Anya just being dead.
Mm-hmm.
It probably just brings back not great memories, really. It does not feel good.
He
Especially
is
after the
visibly
conversation
tense.
you've had today.
Yeah, visibly tense. Like clenching his fist, gritting his teeth as he's watching the video. Internally just going, why did I fucking trust Val again? Why did I fucking trust Val again?
Like, Anya might not have been your lover, but she's a friend. You consider her a friend. This is another woman in your life fucking disappearing without a word, someone you arguably care about.
I keep trusting
And it's
Valentina.
weird that it happened twice.
I keep trusting Valentina with these people, and they keep getting fucked over.
Oh no, not the sister complex.
He has a bad. He's looking at the video, and he's had bad taste in his mouth already. This is only making it worse.
Bianca.
Mine's a crit.
Yeah, it sure is. You do recognize the tattoos on his hands.
I'll be right back.
Huh.
More so,
Julia.
it's more like you just recognize his hands, like his
Yeah.
demeanor. The hands themselves, like you've seen those hands.
The implications of that are
You've
awesome.
you've seen this man's Instagram.
You've thought
Mhm.
about those hands.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You have his contact info being his Instagram, but
I love that was his contact info. No, I thought we got his number. No? We were given his number?
his didn't have a number.
Oh,
His was just the social media,
you see.
but you got his name, I believe.
Yeah. Ricky?
Yeah.
No, Bianca did a
Ricky.
whole ass investigation about this man.
No, yeah. You got his name, Ricky Tomaso.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
And
get you, Ricky. Oh, I'm gonna get you, Ricky, bro. Listen, I knew it's Ashwood Abbey. These motherfuckers. Back.
and the group he's part of, Ashwood Abbey.
So are you watching them, or are they not a part of your previously watched people?
It's complicated.
Meaning you know who they are?
We know they have Miss Faulkner. I don't recognize these people.
I kind of sus if she's lying. This feels like a lie.
Sure, roll empathy.
Empathy. Empathy.
Is that one it?
Yep.
You can't really read her. She says it. She says it flatly, very directly. But she does not know who these people are.
She gestures to the man. His name is Ricky Tommaso.
She
I don't know the woman.
raises an eyebrow.
The woman's alias
Looks at the
is
people.
Kaylin O'Reilly. At least that's what she wrote down. Don't know if it's a fake name or her real name.
She looks at the people in the room with you guys.
Bianca
Megan?
goes on her phone, and then we'll just show the Instagram. Point at the hands specifically, in between the video and the Instagram.
He takes out his
The
phone.
two
shows
people.
them- Sorry.
The two people most in front of you, Bianca, are looking at your phone, the Instagram, and then looking back at the video. Like they're trying desperately to make the same connection here.
See, that tattoo matches here on the wrist.
Oh shit. Does kinda, doesn't it?
And then it flows into that tattoo and that one.
It's too grainy for me. The video. What were you saying, Sam?
He'd take out his phone and show them a picture of the sign-up sheet. It says, "This is her handwriting, Kaylin O'Reilly."
The girl in the back is raising her hand desperately, like she wants to be called on. Even though this is probably not the situation that warrants that, she's still doing that. Ooh, pick me,
Wow.
pick me.
Bro, like looks over, like kind of looks at the detective and then back to her, points at her.
Oh, yes. I recognize him.
Excellent. Address,
He
phone
recognizes
number?
them.
Everyone's just staring at her right now. And you didn't think to say anything. Well, I wasn't. I mean, I'm saying something now.
Is this your team, Detective Pullman?
That makes Bianca smirk. I'm not.
She doesn't answer. She just looks straightforward.
He looks
Go
at
on,
them.
agent. Well, now I feel self-conscious. Okay. I met him at a bar. Like, you know, a bar.
Oh. Did you have fun?
Kinda. I mean, he's all right. Just the vibes were off, I guess.
Bianca squints at her extra hard, and then she's gonna flip through her phone through his Instagram if he can recognize her in any of these.
Well, did he give you know, kidnapper, serial killer, mugger vibes? Any of these?
No,
Pick up any
like
of these? No?
bad boy Italian vibes. I don't know.
Yeah, okay, type shit. No?
Yeah, you know, makes the Italian hand motion.
That's your type?
God, is this you?
Hmm.
Raphael looks at her phone like,
It's her.
She's just gonna like she says that aloud, but she's not showing the class. Just Raphael, who's right beside her.
what does she look like in the picture? Like, what does the photo look like? What photo did this man take of her?
Fucking baddie at the club.
Baddie at the club. Raphael's gonna do
Baddie
the
at the
cat call
club.
whistle.
Incredible.
Gonna do the what?
He does the cat calling whistle. I can't do the whistle right now, but you know, like
Oh, okay.
the impress, like, ooh,
No, yeah, I get you.
you
Bianca
was
elbows
definitely
him.
cooking that day. Refocusing. Address, name, affiliates,
Respect, please.
respect. Wait, what? We'll get back to that. Numbers, address, affiliates.
What did Bianca say?
Respect, please.
Respect. It's funny. Yeah, I can do that.
Wonderful. Listed as
Starts
detective.
writing it down. I'm sorry, the video was grainy.
It's okay. You were distracted.
I was distracted.
It was his hands, right?
It was
I don't want to
definitely his
talk about it.
hands. Yeah, it was his hands. I could tell.
I don't- She just passes the paper down the table. Just take it.
Raphael like smiles at her and like combs his hair, kind of like showing off his hands. But you know, it's a little quick gesture before he looks at the paper.
Bianca will pat his like arm. You have nice hands too, sweetie.
I know. Hey, thanks. Smiles at her. Raphael is a very simple man. His mood has improved it greatly already.
Okay, so now I know who they are. Looks back to the detective.
Oh, Kadria?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, what was the
Wellness.
question?
Wellness check.
We know who they are.
Sorry, I was hearing Sam at the same time.
We know who they are, and not like gesturing like you have your next step.
Yeah, Raphael's like, well, wellness check, interview, arrest. I don't know if you have any charges to arrest him for yet, but you know, missing
I feel like
persons.
kidnapping could be a good
You
one.
know, I'd give kidnapping. I'd like to see a lawyer beat it.
No, it's definitely up there.
So, let's go save an artist.
I was just waiting to see what you would say. If you want to be a part of the team, it'll be a great way to see what you can do out there.
You want me to play by your rules, or you want to see what I'm
No,
capable of on my own?
I want to see what you do.
Smiles. You look at the paper.
Do we get guns
memorize.
too?
You don't get police guns.
Unless we're hired.
Unless you're hired.
Big grin.
So you're just trying to send him out into the field on his lonesome with strangers who've kidnapped a woman.
He won't be alone. And I said he's not getting a police gun. Besides, didn't you
beg
say
of you
you
to explain
already had a
further.
gun? Didn't Raphael already imply he was like strapped
He's
or
gun
something?
trained.
Yeah,
He's gun trained, right? Yeah. Okay, never mind.
I have a very
Redact
nice
that.
collection of my firearms. He says aloud.
Besides,
Now, that being said, I would like in writing somewhere that gives me explicit permission to be deputized to use them. Haha.
we can work that out. Right now, we're not pulling out the police card right now.
He said he hears that and he looks at the other 3 police officers. Like,
They wave at you.
no. Standard procedure then?
This is going to be a hunter to hunter talk.
I've come to enjoy these talks. I'll go see what I can learn. Anyone who cares to join me is welcome to, says, looking at the room. And if not,
No.
sure I'll keep you informed.
You're certainly not going alone. I will tell you that.
I just want to make something clear real quick before he goes out and does something that could potentially put a target on his back. Hunter to hunter talk, as you said. Why can't you approach this other group yourselves? Why are you needing to throw him into it? Or why are you testing him with this particular thing? Sure,
One,
he
he
may not be
offered.
alone. And
First,
you're taking advantage.
of course. No offense.
No, I'm used to being used. I offer it typically.
Secondly, you're interested in this group, aren't you? Beyond the police.
As of walking in this building, I didn't know there was another group to consider.
No surprise.
I'm shocked.
So, God, my brain. Again, I'm not throwing your boy to the wolves. He's certainly not going alone. I will be there. I will probably bring one other person in this room with us. I don't know who you have in your group able or willing to come. But I need to see how you handle a situation.
It's all the same with you then. I don't roll thin. I like to roll deep. And Anya is someone important to me. So, whatever you see or hear, you did it. We're gonna get her back.
She just nods. I promise. When dealing with Abby people, that's probably the best mentality to have.
Oh, so you do know who they are. Okay.
I know who Abby people are.
Do you know what they're about? Because if we're going to be completely transparent and know what we're walking into, any information would be good.
They're bastards. They
Great
don't
start.
typically deal kindness. You don't want to throw the kindness card at them. They definitely want gusto. So if he starts peacocking, swinging his dick around, you got to do that tenfold.
Does
Which, given what I've seen of you two, that should not be difficult.
Oh.
Mhm.
No. I'm very prepared to defend myself. There is a slight undertone that's like, just defend myself, of course, yes.
Mhm. I'm not
Perhaps
saying go
Brenda.
in there ready to shoot someone, but I'm definitely saying don't back down.
Never. Random, perhaps, but do you happen to know anyone by this description? He is going to describe the doctor from the video that dissected the vampire. I think he was like a guy with like red eyes and like red highlights in his hair. Or am I bugging? There was some descriptor I remember that had red.
He has red hair
Yes, red hair. Give that
and red eyes. Yeah.
description. This person sound like any Abbey affiliate you've heard of before?
Both of you can roll a Wempathy if you would like.
Wempathy!
I'm going to make a roll for her as well.
Fuck.
My specialty
Damn.
emotion apply here.
She was
Absolutely.
emotionally compromised when she watched this video. She was not internalizing it.
Mm.
She got a 2.
So two.
Roll off, roll off, roll off.
We can roll again. I'm pretty sure meets beats. Do you want to roll again though?
Yep. Well, I thought if you rolled the same, then you had re-roll, see who'd get a higher
Oh
one.
yeah. You're right. Sorry, my D&D brain.
No, I
I'm
understand. I
sorry,
get
Kitty.
you. No longer becomes like I obviously got a 1, so I'm out of the running, but y'all two are
Yeah.
popping
Fuck!
off. No!
Can I willpower reroll?
If you've got the willpower.
I got the willpower. Victory! Nothing less! We fucking take those!
Stupid.
Dude, I
Nothing
fucking
less.
love free rolls. They're so fun.
She seems concerned. Do you describe just the person, or do you
I
describe the
describe the
video?
person, and I say they're like a doctor surgeon in my description. Or, you know,
Oh,
doctor,
then she
surgeon.
looks more than concerned. She looks worried, in fact.
Guessing that rings a bell?
How do you know that, man?
Video.
A video? I'm sorry.
Old Twitch stream of some
A Twitch stream? Hold on.
particularly disturbing things, but yeah. Is this someone
But-
of concern? He says, looking at her equally concerned.
I'm just trying to understand what fucking Twitch stream. Who? Never mind.
An old one, if it matters. A few years ago.
There's a lot of us out here. Groups. From my understanding, that man, you're not going to understand the group names, I don't think, but that man was part of a group called Chiron.
Was.
Was. I don't think he is anymore. I know that puts him on a blacklist. He is most certainly a wanted man at this point.
Name, alias.
That is, from my understanding, if it is still him, Dr. Harrison Gore.
His last name is Gore. How fitting.
He, from what I recall, insists that that is a coincidence. As a person, I don't think you're in that much danger.
I'm not the only person who saw the video, so I sure fucking hope I'm not.
It's just the circumstances surrounding him.
Is there anything I need to know about this Harrison Gore that might, end up being useful to keeping myself and those around me alive and away from harm? Or is this a man I shouldn't really be concerning myself with going forward?
I guess that depends. If you need a quick fix, he's certainly the man to go to, depending on the severity. If you have, I guess, a monster pet, he can fix that too.
Just blinks at her.
I've met some weird people in my line of work.
Sorry. Are you telling me this man is an evil Dr. Oak? Just be out here fixing monsters for people?
Evil Dr. Oak. I guess that's one way to call him. One thing to call him.
Well, noted. Does he
No,
relate
he's,
to anything we're currently looking into?
as far as I know, no.
I
He
don't need to know
just,
more.
just if you run into him, I guess it's just up to you if you decide you want to engage or leave it be. As I said, he used to be a part of Chiron. But Chiron doesn't just let people go. That's the concern.
As am I. Noted. Noted. Anyway, little side tangent I was curious about. Looks to Bianca. Any questions, babe? Anything on your mind before we
Wait.
head out?
Only curious about the girl they have in the holding cell.
As am I.
But they're still considering it, I imagine.
I want to see how well your charm works.
I got this far. Don't imagine it's going to stop working for me now.
So let's go make a friend. And she is going to go with you. And we can stop there.
Ooh.
Okay. Is this something we're gonna pick up in group session?
Yes.
Ooh.
Can. Yeah, in case.
Spicy.
We
Wow,
save our
right.
girl Anya from Ashwood fucking Abbey! Ah! You have to get it.
Not just Ashwood Alley, a former Chiron member who's now
No,
part of
no.
Ashwood.
Hey, wait, is he Ash Riley too? Oh fuck, I fully did not pick up on
He
that.
said in his video, I have my friends in Ashford Abbey to thank for this specimen. So the thing he was
You're
the vampire
so
was dissecting.
right. You're so right. Fuck.
So now I'm over here like, you know, when did he leave Chiron? Because he might have honestly just gotten rehired, is what it sounds. It sounds like he might have transferred to a different hunter group, but Raphael for now is gonna keep that one, you know, low key for now.
Shout out to Leto for coining that.
Hey.
I'm just like, this guy's double dipping.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
I heard it. I knew that shit. I was like, you know, Raphael's not gonna mention that one. Let's keep it pushing. You know,
Screaming.
if they're out here dissecting monsters now, hey, I'm gonna need to keep that motherfucker away from Anya, please and thank you.
Actual Heinler over here. Like, what the fuck?
Keep that man at least 500 feet away from the nearest dreamer, please and thank you.
Uh-huh. Ka, you're a bastard.
Yeah.
I think
Thank
we should end session here.
Thank you.
If the recording hasn't already stopped.
I will stop it. One. Thank you for watching the stream. Have a good night. Take it easy.